This is Brian at Atlanta Hot Tub Center, and today, by popular demand, we are going to review the Hotspring Limelight Flare 2019. Let me first start off by saying that Hotspring is a very well-built hot tub. The manufacturer, Watkins, I haven't seen the facility in a long time, but when I did, it was a beautiful facility, and they do it and do it right. They have a full self-supporting shell. That means the shell can support its own weight. With water in it, right? With no bumper system, no grid system, no chunks of insulation or anything like that. The shell can't support its own weight. So let's start jumping into this. You can see that this has screws. I took out these 6 screws, 3 on each side. I got the 6 screws up here. I do like to see a more seamless cabinet approach without screws at all, because screws do strip. They loosen themselves up over time, being outside and so forth. So let's jump right in. You know, on the Limelight collection, they use a lot of wood. It's a completely wood-framed hot tub. I know when you get to their High Life collection, that changes. So they do have some plastic ABS-based hot tubs when you get to their High Life collection. This is set up pretty well, guys. You can tell that the manufacturer cares. They had spent some time here. Right, you can see that it's just put together well. They spent the time to do it and do it right. They do glue and clamp their jets, right, which is very important. That really goes to longevity. I would tell you that the motors are from Mexico, but they're reasonable motors. Their electronics are from China, but they're good electronics. You know, ultimately, at the end of the day, one thing I really like about the IQ setup is that they separate the heater board from the main board. Reason being is because heater relays get used a lot when the heater turns off and on, and heater relays are normally the first thing to go on a circuit board. So being that they separate it from the main board, when these heater relays go out, you won't be damaging the main board for the most part, so you just have to replace this heater board. Now, I know that they say that the tub is made in USA, but it's really assembled in the USA. Again, all the parts really in here are either from Mexico or China, which isn't too crazy uncommon in our industry. And the Limelight collection, again, they use a lot of wood, so it is a wood base in the hot tub. I would like to see more of an ABS pan. But again, when you get to their upgraded collection, their High Life collection, they do have an ABS pan, and they use a lot more plastic than they do here. With all this wood, I would like to give them some kudos for sure. Kudos on this. I like this setup. You see the motor here, right? So they've got this exhaust manifold on the back of the motor. So they're actually ventilating the heat from this motor to the outside corners of the hot tub. You know, the beauty of that is they're really keeping these motors cool, right? And that really goes to longevity. So kudos to Hotspring for that. They do have 24-hour circulation, which is always great. That just keeps the water clean and free of debris. You do want 24-hour circulation, in my opinion, because again, the only thing a filter really does is keep the water clean and clear of debris, and being that you're doing that 24 hours a day, it just goes to that water truly being clean and clear of debris. This is a salt system hot tub. You guys know how I feel about salt. I am not a big salt fan. I do think it's relatively pretty corrosive. You know, if I were to buy a Hotspring hot tub, and I think they're great hot tubs, I just wouldn't utilize the salt system. I would go with a more chlorine-based system. But moving forward from there, this does have great insulation as well, right? So it does have a very good R value, which means it'll be inexpensive monthly on your utilities to operate the hot tub and keep it 102-degree weather, even in very cold climates. The jetting around the hot tub, it's reasonable jetting. Some of it does have moving parts. Anytime you have moving parts in jets, that means that you'll have to replace them eventually, that those parts will fail. I do like jets with no moving parts. I'm a big fan of that. But again, different brands specialize in different things, and those things that they specialize in do make them great. Right? So the filter system here is a 2-filter system. But again, when we talk about filtration, guys, you know, filters, again, the only thing they really do is keep water clean and clear of debris. They don't really do anything else besides that. So people that say, hey, you know, the filtration of the hot tub is going to inhibit the growth of bacteria or trap bacteria or blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's really just a marketing pitch, quite frankly. You can see the Hotspring topside here on the Limelight collection on the 2019. This has buttons, but they do have a touch screen when you get into the High Life collection, into the collection one step up from this one. They have lighted corners. So these corners actually light up here, here, and here, and here on the back. Yes and no. I think that is a nice touch. I think that it's pretty, but I'm more of a seamless type person. I like more seamless cabinetry. And so for me, I'd rather see a cabinet corner than maybe like a downlight or something like that. But I do think it's a very cool idea. And of course, the idea of a Limelight is that it's got lots of lights, right? Lights, lights, lights. So you can see all these lights everywhere, right? You got these lights everywhere. The way that works is it works kind of like a string of lights. The only thing that scares me with this is that if one light goes out, they'll all go out, or half of the lights in the tub will go out because it's set up like a string of lights. Now, other kind of like a Christmas tree or holiday tree type setup where you lose one bulb and they all go out. I know that lots of manufacturers use that setup, but again, the more of those that you have, right, the bigger or the larger the chance that you're going to have to deal with that scenario. And we've dealt with that scenario before, and sometimes you have to pull out each and every single light in here until you can find the one that is bad or that has gone out. So this is Brian at Atlanta Hot Tub Center and a review on a 2019 Hotspring Limelight Flare. Thank you.